Any Keanu Reeves fans in the room?
Yeah.
He's not here. I couldn't afford him. You're stuck with me for the next 5 minutes. I'm going to be saying the word Keanu a lot. I understand that saying that in a Cork accent is like someone from Farnry saying canoe. But the reason why is I was rewatching John Wick recently, and you know, I'm sure most of you have seen at least one of those movies. It's fucking ridiculous, which is why I love it. You know, obviously the action is class and it's just a fun watch in general, but my favourite part is just watching Keanu Reeves mumble his way through murder for 4 movies straight. You know, like he's whispering death threats like he's afraid to wake a baby in the next room. Just, you killed my dog, and now you die. And I'm sitting there like, bud, this is a nightclub in Belarus. Speak up, please. And that's me overestimating how much he talks in the movies as well, because he says like 3 words every few minutes, and it's with the enthusiasm of like a 19-year-old customer support agent or something. And people love him, like love him, and like me too, obviously. But I think Keanu Reeves is the only person who could murder like 400 people in barbaric fashion and still be described as gentle by the online consensus. Like you're watching it and he's fucking giving a fella a colonoscopy with a pencil, and then you go to TikTok and women are like, my king has boundaries. So it just goes to show that pretty privilege isn't just for women, it extends to Neo as well. But he is the chosen one, so that makes sense. But like, you know, take me for example, you know, you can all see what I look like. If I was to get someone and stab them in the neck with a rusty fork or something, I'd go to jail and be called a nonce by Facebook dads. But Keanu does it in a 3-piece suit, good jawline, nice hair, and there's a Funko Pop of him. Not to mention thousands of fan fictions as well. And like for the older people in the room, a fan fiction is basically just when people, instead of socializing outside, make up stories about, you know, having friends. And so naturally I was reading John Wick fan fiction last night because I'm 25 years of age and that's where I'm at in life. And I was reading it and I noticed they're just describing being in a relationship with someone with like mild autism. Like, you know, this closed off, emotionally unavailable man who like might be doing an accent, might be doing an impression, or maybe that's just how he sounds. Like I think you could take John Wick, stick him in with Tanner and Connor from Love on the Spectrum. The show wouldn't change at all, I don't think. But, and it's always about a dog, which is fair. I love my dog. But, you know, if you watch the movie, there's only 2 people who kill his dog. And so he kills about 400 people in the... So there's at least 398 people who are collateral damage. So I don't know where the other 2 use them as human shields or something, I don't know. But like I, as I said, I love my dog. If he was run over, intentionally or not, I don't think I would go to Morocco and commit localized genocide on the goon and henchman population of Marrakesh. Pretty big reaction. But, oh God, Keanu Reeves. But I do like Keanu Reeves, you know. I just think he makes some weird career choices. You know, like you peel away the Matrixes, you peel away the Speeds, the Constantines, and there's some weird additions to his filmography. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen Knock Knock. Came out maybe about 10 years ago. And it's essentially just like a slapstick, cheesy thriller starring himself and Ana de Armas. And what it is just these 2 sexy Latinas, they go to his house and pick a white fence, suburbia, and they just try and get into his house, try and ruin his life by having sex with him. Which, I don't know much about horror, but maybe that's a man's worst fear if his biggest fear is talking to women and opportunity. But essentially, you know, they're caught in a storm, low-cut tops, soaking wet, they try and get in to phone a taxi. And then they just try and fuck him, or else they'll kill him. And then they rape John Wick. Yeah, I thought the same thing. That's the biggest plot point of the movie. And he's like an executive producer on that, so I don't know, was it a passion project or whatever, but I was thinking, like, if you gender swapped that movie and just had you know, Keanu Reeves and fucking Brendan Gleeson or someone knocking on Andy Armas's door, spending the entire runtime of a big budget movie just trying to rape Anna de Armas becomes quite an intense horror. And then, you know, I was thinking about like other movies that you could do that to. So Home Alone. If you make Kelly McAllister, you know, that's not a John Hughes Christmas movie. That's a psychological thriller and probably a 4-part Netflix documentary. But that's my time. Thank you so much.